the circle for Ava Brown, as she will come on in relief here in the first inning, just 9 pitches into the game, and already down 1 with the bases loaded.
Tim Walton said it. He said, we would not be here if it wasn't for Ava Brown. She took over the lion's share of the pitching when Rothrock had that injury mid-season. And she was nailed. She did a great job, and she understands the gravity of it. Every situation typically will come in with the bases loaded, pressure situations.
Now, Michelle, she hasn't thrown a pitch in a while, right? Because she's a DP in the lineup, been in the dugout.
Yeah, so she probably warmed up before the game, but there's a good chance, guys, that she has not thrown a pitch in probably 25 minutes or more. So she's going to need to make sure that she's on point here. No room for error with the bases loaded.
So starting Hammock does not work out as Florida had hoped. Can Brown clean it up, or can Boo Gibson bust this thing wide open? Does not have a hit this year with the bases loaded, but the senior has cleared them all a couple of times in her career. Tennessee calls her home runs boo bombs, and boy, would they love one right here, as there is all kinds of frantic activity down the Florida bullpen.
That was Keegan Rothrock hustling down.
I think Olivia Miller had already run out there.
All hands on deck.
Yes.
Season's on the line.
Yeah, and you can't give up a lot of runs when you have a pitcher like Pickens in the circle as your opposing pitcher.
It's win or go home tonight for two teams that are not accustomed to heading home early. And Brown comes in and walks in a run. 2-0 Tennessee.
Well, and right now, the Gators are just searching for outs. They need a ground ball roll. They're playing at double play depth, which is really what they're hoping for, with no outs and the bases still loaded. And now they pull in.
Here's Laura Mueller. How opportunistic is this Tennessee team? Yesterday's runs were scored on a pass ball, a sac fly, and an error. And now one of the runs today, an RBI walk. And that's a blast through the left side. That'll score another. 3-0. Bases loaded. Nobody out.
Another first or second pitch swinging, too. This has been Tennessee. If they get strikes early, and I think that's why Ava Brown was kind of around the zone coming in, recognizing, hey, I can't give them anything to hit, but after she walks the first batter, she gives one here to Mueller right up at that belt zone. 74 miles an hour off the bat for the other knock for the Vols.
Alana Leach couldn't hold up. 7th to the plate this inning. Already 5 hits for the Lady Vols.
Ball outside.
Rough start for Florida.
This is a Tennessee team after seeing Jordy Ball through 3 games at Super Regionals, and then seeing Sam Landry yesterday, who they actually hit somewhat decent, only struck out twice against her. I mean, they have seen some elite arms, so understand what they are attacking.
Ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
Two and two. Staves one off. Sisters Aubrey and Kelsey. Grandma, remember, Wilma Ann played for the Rockford Peaches, the Leach family tree.
You gotta love that. History. Diamond Sports, yeah.
I mean, that's going back to the OGs. Dottie Henson.
Yeah, that was even before my time.
What?
A little self-deprecating humor. 2-2 pitch. Leach looking for a gap, and Day.
Well, they had everybody shifted. Look at where Kendra Falvey is and then where this ball ends up going. It is unbelievable how things are just rolling. So here's Falvey. This ball is going to be hit into that gap. She is way over into that left center gap. And Leach driving that ball into the right center gap, clearing them all. Tennessee is on a roll.
A 3-run double for Alana Leach, who had 9 RBI all season prior to that swing.
And has not been a starter, you guys. She comes into games late because of her arm. Ask Karen, okay, why'd she get in this? And she said, because we needed more pop in the lineup. Savia Morgan normally is in there. She's like, she's very one-dimensional. Short game, we need gap shots. Ask for it, she delivers.
A gap shot indeed. 6-0 Tennessee, and there is still not an out on the board for Florida. The Locos from Knoxville are liking it.
What do you think this does, too, for Carla Pickens? I mean, who, you know, came out last inning, didn't give up a run, but had 2 walks. I mean, definitely coming off of the loss at Oklahoma. Now she's got 6 runs to pitch with, at least.
Well, and the winner of this game has tomorrow off with play again on Sunday. So this new format actually does allow the teams that lose on day 1 the opportunity to really try to come through the bracket.
Get your ace back in there. They would play the loser of Texas Tech UCLA on Sunday afternoon on ABC. Also may give Karen Weekly a little leeway in the usage of her pitching staff moving forward. This will be plenty deep to get a run in. And it is 7-zip on the sac fly from Emma Clark. And so Kinsey Fiedler will be the 9th to the plate in the bottom of the first for Tennessee.
And you guys, even the 1 out, that sac fly hit over 70 miles an hour. She just missed it, just skied it high in the air. Lots of hard contact from these balls.
Ball, outside.
Fiedler considers a bunt there. They're going to bat around the order and then some. This is, I think, a little bit of disbelief from the Florida folks. Big innings have been a bugaboo all year, though, for Florida in their losses. I mean, that's an 8-run inning against LSU, 7 against Alabama. That was in the first inning of a game. Crooked numbers hurt them in those losses, and they're hurting right now at the World Series with a 7 spot on the board. And 9 to the plate and just 1 out recorded.
And how about 7 hits through the first 9?
What an incredible start for Tennessee. Second AB of the inning for Gabby Leach, who tripled to get this started.
The question is now, what does Rothrock get into this game? Because you don't lose your season without getting your ace into this game. I realize the score now. Keegan down in the bullpen. Because they're hitting Ava Brown.
Yeah, and Ava Brown has the ability, obviously, to go upstairs, but she uses a lot of screwballs, some down stuff, changeup to hopefully roll ground balls. Hasn't really been able to do that. Hasn't been able to engage the defense.
Ground ball to first. Walsh fires to short for 1. Back to her for a double play. And that will bring the inning to an end. But what an inning it was for the Lady Vols. Everybody gets a swing. Almost everybody got on base and touched home. Tennessee Tennessee up big on elimination Friday night. Day 2 at the Women's College World Series, building towards the championship series next week. Got a doubleheader tomorrow and again on Sunday to get you through the weekend. National semifinals on Monday.
Ball, this side.
Tomorrow's winners bracket matchups, oh boy. Texas Tech, UCLA, and Texas, Oklahoma. Winner of this one would meet the UCLA Tech loser on Sunday.
Well, that's where it gets interesting because those losers of the winners games cross over to the opposite bracket.
Yes.
Which is what makes this unique from the Men's College World Series. And that they stay in their own bracket. You won't see them meet up until the championship. But I like it because it guarantees that the two best teams meet in the Champ Series.
Leach couldn't hold up there, and a strikeout for Oxley, one down. That's the first for Florida pitching tonight. Hey, how about this week's Sunday night baseball matchup? Oh boy. A rivalry renewed. World Series rematch, Yankees and Dodgers. Sunday night baseball on ESPN. Deportes and radio coverage begins at 6 Eastern with baseball tonight. And there's another hot shot off a bat. That's Emma Clark. Down the line for a single.
Be grateful that Emma Clark saved you from the World Series conversation that was going to come off that Yanks and Dodgers.
Go back there.
You relive it in your Dodger blue, but Emma Clark.
We don't live in the past in the Bronx. We look forward.
Oh, you kind of have to. But Emma Clark, nice job barreling up. And this is what we've seen. Hit a sac fly back in the first to score a run.
Yeah, that was a screwball that she just mashed. And you know what? That means everybody in the lineup now for Tennessee has recorded a hit.
Ball.
7 of the 9 have scored. 7 of the 9 have driven in a run, including back-to-back home runs for Sophia Nugent and Boo Gibson tonight in the second inning. It's in for a strike, 2-2.
Oxley doing a good job. You see these lefties not up and in.
Yeah, not afraid to come up and in.
It's a hard spot because these messy lefties aren't afraid to crowd either. Fielder's going to back off a little bit more now, but she was up on the plate.
Ground ball to second. Williams knocks it down, but cannot make a play, and Clark goes over to second base. Holly?
Well, Emma Clark's journey to the College World Series started out somewhere pretty special at the Little League College World Series, and we were there to broadcast her games when she was 11 years old in Oregon. She was playing for the Rowan team out of Salisbury, North Carolina. She did a terrific job. They lost in the championship game, but what a full circle moment. Me, you, and Amanda Michelle got to cover her as an 11-year-old, and here she is playing in front of our very eyes on the World Series stage.
It's always so awesome when you see those athletes at that 11, 12-year-old age, and then here they show up at the World Series 6, 7 years later. There's been quite a few of them. Jackie Traina for Alabama. I mean, you could go up and down a list of really successful.
12 national champs at Alabama.
There's 4 here at the World Series that played the Little League World Series. It gets more and more. They're actually playing professional games too. AUSL plays at the Little League World Series, which is so cool to kind of full circle.
Well, it just shows the opportunity for those young ladies, right? Like, here's the Women's College World Series, but then here's the professional level. These, things you can strive for throughout the sport.
This is already the 3rd at-bat in 3 innings for Gabby Leach. Nasty little change-up.
That thing too just floated. Your eyes get big when you see something in that zone. Big swing, but that was a pretty pitch.
Ball.
She comes right back with it on the outer half.
And gets the swing and miss. 2 down. The other thing too, right, for Florida, okay, yeah, you still got to hope that you can come back and win here, but you are also building towards next season and perhaps your next appearance in the World Series. For Caitlin Oxley, just a freshman, and I'm sure the anticipation is, hey, we're going every year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, has the opportunity to get that experience.
Ground ball to short, gets dropped at first base by Walsh, and a run will score. A couple of miscues this inning from the right side of the Florida infield.
So the throw over from the Holtworth, this is a catchable ball, just goes off of the glove of Reagan Welsh, who has been so good at first base. And the Rays, you can see Clark coming home, a little bit of a bump with the blue. Both of them being like, you're okay? Yeah, we're okay.
John Baca behind the plate.
Yeah.
That is now the third error of the game on the Florida defense.
It's all connected. I mean, we're seeing expanding the zone in a way that Florida hitters normally don't do. Drop balls at first. Errors. This is a defense that is so good.
For some reason, they made that an E6 and not an E3, but the result stays the same. 10-0 now, Tennessee.